over a certain age and people be plotting on your uterus. Like, dang.
Why? Why are we plotting on anybody's uterus at this point?
Because they be think, cause we got ticking time clocks, man.
Why? When? Since when? When are we ticking time clocks? Since when?
Yeah.
We were birthed. Since
Biologically, man.
That's why.
Biologically, we got about 10. What are we? 27. So 13 good years left.
Right.
You're already trying to impregnate me, and we're 13. I have some years.
Lucky you.
I have some years left. So why do I?
We got 13 good years, bro.
Damn, 13. That's it. That's all niggas is giving us.
I'm just saying, biologically, you after 13, uterus is like, hello, I need some help here.
It can continue to.
But I'm hoping by then, with modern medicine, the way things are going,
bro. Modern medicine,
we can get it. Some more years out of this.
It's all right. We gonna get this right.
It's okay. Nikki's 37. She just had her kid. She's all good. So
why are we rushing?
That's not the point.
I mean,
she's a millionaire.
50, so I mean, Janet Jackson had her son when she was 50. So
we all know Janet Jackson. Okay.
Hold up. Are you trying to say at the age of 50, I won't be a multimillionaire?
Let's hope so.
You're not gonna make it to any level. That's what you're telling me.
No, I never said that.
That's what Tyler said. And I want to know why Tyler is saying.
I'm weak.
Where is the hope? Where is the love? It don't exist clearly.
Where's the loyalty? Nah, he said we got 6 months to get right. Who is we? Who is we?
Zara, I knew it. See? Bow. Zara gonna be the first one to have a kid.
Excuse me? What?
Zara said my uterus is closed.
That was a lie.
No, it won't be me.
That was a lie.
Man said my uterus is closed. Clink, clink. Quiet for that.
Huh?
Somebody took the thing off your arm?
No. I just got it. It's good for 5 years.
Out your arm, I'm dead. Oh, speaking, this is my year to take mines out and get a new one.
Yeah, I got a new in September, like Labor Day weekend.
Is that when you're going to get it?
No, I got one. This year is when I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good for another 5 years.
Re-up.
Said this year, or you mean last year? Labor Day?
No, this year. Right before we went camping.
Next time I'll do it, be like, let's ski up.
Wait, so you're talking about 2020?
Yeah.
No, because you keep saying this year, and I'm like, we in 2020.
Oh, because it was like 3 months ago.
Okay, that's why I was confused, because I'm like, what do you mean this year?
2020 was literally less than a month ago.
Right.
Well, technically, 2021 is my year to take mines out and get a new one. So that's why I'm like,
yeah. What do you do? The 5 years?
Yeah, me and Zara have the same birth control. We have next one on.
5 years. That means
that's a fact, right?
I got a little minute left.
Nah, the crazy thing was technically when I got it, they said it was what?
It was 3 years.
It was 3 years, yeah. And then I called them on the 3-year anniversary. They was like, "Nah, you good for another year." All right. Call back another year. Nah, you good for another year. I'm like,
me too. When I went to go get a new one, because that's what I said, they were like, they was like, when did you get it? And I thought it was 2016. And then so they were like, no, you can go next year. I was like, then I found my card and it was actually 2015. And they were like, okay, yeah, we can schedule you now.
I got mine in May of 2016. So I'm straight.
I got mine in August of 2016.
Actually, people be like, inside you.
Technically, I can leave it in for 12 years, but 10 years.
I don't trust that.
Wow. Guys, modern technology. What? Like, what?
I mean, because for me,
if that thing dislodges, if it moves, like, you know what I'm saying? If something happens to my arm, I know what's happening. It's right there. If that thing dislodges, you might not know until it's too late.
Right. And guess what? That means that we'll be using one of your uteruses to have a kid and call it a day.
Who is
So
your?
you want me to have?
I really feel like I be putting categories. Like, who is your one of your? Who's
You
your?
want me to have a kid twice?
Pause.
But
No,
only
technically,
one?
no, technically that means you need to have a kid 3 times. That means your kid, my kid, and then Rashane's kid because I owe Rashane a kid. So
Wow. So you want me to have kids 3 times, but I can only keep one of them?
I
Gotcha.
mean, you can have all 3 of them. I'm sure if you want all 3 of them one day, you can have them.
I'm weak. Zara said, "What?"
You'll see all your kids. The fact that you'll see all your kids.
You're giving Zara the short end of the stick.
I'm letting Zara become the baby daddy. Isn't that okay?
Zara, like, when did I volunteer to become the baby daddy?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? I don't got money. I'm broke.
I'm dead.
Baby.
Well, you'll have me to give you the money.
Heard
That's
it.
why she wants to use your uterus.
Yeah, just use your uterus. That's it. That's
I'm gonna have to start charging rent.
Somebody was like, "Yo, they'll pay for everything." That's a good.
I'm gonna have to start leasing it out. Like,
I mean, listen, you get 9 months, not even more than 9 months of charge. So,
guys, quick question.
shoot.
So that's a real question. If somebody paid you $80,000 and said they'll pay for everything, you just have to have the kid, would you do it?
Hell yeah, I would. I think.
what's happening to the kid after I have it?
You give them to the person that bought it.
The person that gave you all.
Oh, so you want me to be a surrogate?
Yeah,
We out here.
I'd be a surrogate. But then again, it's also kind of weird because like the kid is growing in your body, so of course you're gonna build a bond with that.
That's why I said Zara can have the kid, bro. Like if she feels that missing strand of bond that she needs, she can have all 3 of them fuckers.
But then you'd be out $80,000 because you was the one that paid her.
No, but then I know she's gonna give it back.
It's like watching what they win.
Oh, keep the kid.
Jesus Christ. Would you be a surrogate?
Absolutely. I'm waiting for somebody to ask me.
I'm weak.
Start making this world.
Oh, you heard that?
What did he say?
You said you be my surrogate.
That's fine.
Keep that body right.
That's fine. It's gonna be nice and plump and ready.
It's gonna be a tall baby. It's gonna ruin your vagina. Good luck.
God.
Well, then how would that work? Would they like put the baby in Zara's egg and then put Zara's egg in you and you just hold it, or like how does that work?
No, what they do is that they take my egg and then they take the sperm, they make it in a petri dish, and then once it takes, then they put it in Bria just to
incubate, basically.
To incubate, yeah, basically.
Okay.
So her DNA is not supposed to be a part of it.
It will be.
Now if the baby don't take, and you still got to come up with a baby in 9 months, like something might happen. But you know,
but see, that's what I'm thinking, because I'm like, if the baby's gonna be, technically the baby's not yours, but if it's in your body, like it's gonna feel the things that you feel. Like, so that's why I'm like, it's gonna technically still be a part of you, even though it's not a part of you.
Watch what she eat.
Yeah.
She gotta watch what she eat.
She gotta watch what she eat. Tyler, stop scheming on my uterus, you weirdo.
It's stress. We're gonna have it like a
listen, you ain't so taken care of.
We're gonna have it in the guest house.
So you're gonna be so taken care of? Wow.
That's serious. You don't
It's our baby. What you talking about?
I didn't want to go off on a tangent about surrogates and shit. Welcome. This is the Not For Sale podcast. I am your host, Bree, aka Duce Bree. We have my 2 lovely co-hosts, Zara and LaShawn. As you can see, this is gonna be a very different year. COVID, kind of fucked us all up.
Good old Rona.
It's Rona. So we decided to take our pod to Zoom. So, Tyler, don't be fucking up my shit, all right? I heard you. You're not slick. Tyler, you gotta be quiet. Commentary leads when men are spoken to. Hush.
No.
When we talk about a topic about men, I want all your perspectives, bro. I want it all. Right now, hush. Let me get this out.
Good.
Oh, she was talking to me the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
I started watching TV.
The live studio audience.
We can hear their live. Good looks, LaShawn.
That's a fact. We back, we live, we lit.
Ooh, bars.
It's 2021. We in here.
Yes. All right.
As you can see, our studio audience is, getting a little.
Anyways, so Bree, your favorite person has been in the news a lot lately.
Which one of
Mr. West?
people? Okay.
Oh, my birthday brother.
Mm-hmm.
He a hot ass mess. Ain't nobody got time for it at all. Wait, before we start, you don't want to do like how's your quarantine been, since we haven't kind of recorded a podcast since August, guys? Just
For quarantine. No, I'm playing. Quarantine was cool.
How has
you the only one that's still been in the house. We both been at work.
Facts.
Why
Quarantine.
why we
So
I went on a
quarantine
whole
been over.
vacation. Like, I ain't no quarantine.
Word.
how is it COVID outside, guys?
Yeah.
How was your New Year? How was your Christmas? How was your Thanksgiving? Again, we haven't seen each other since August. I know we don't act like we ain't seen, but we haven't seen each other since August, guys. So
We really don't act like we haven't seen each other.
no. And then
I'm weak.
it's gonna be like, damn, these motherfuckers just be with us and be with each other and just don't record. Like,
Listen, are they in our business? Don't do that. Don't be in our business.
Nah.
so Zara, you want to start?
I don't even want to know if I want to say anything, because 2021 ain't going. It's been off to a good start for me personally, but for the world, hasn't been off to a good start.
It's all right to be positive about your life. Yes, 2020, it turned up. I had a good year. I'm sorry about y'all, but I had a good year. It's all right, Zara. Say that.
Yes, you can say that. Say it. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to be humble, and I feel you though, bro. But
I'm just saying.
You kicked that ass.
2021 is it's gonna be a year. It's interesting.
That's it.
We're not going to talk about the Happy Accidents Club. Nah, we're not going to drop that.
What? Oh, never let me live, man. Maybe I was getting there.
Oh, I forgot. I'm in a different kind.
Maybe I was gonna save it for later.
Were you really?
Wow. Anyways, since
we dropped the beans.
What is bread?
What is bread?
All right. Yes. So
that's how her shit is really making me feel right now.
If you're a fan of me and you're a fan of the podcast, make sure you follow at the Happy Accidents Club on Instagram. Go to www.thehappyaccidentsclub.com. Cop up, support small business. We out here.
Woo!
Oh, and stay tuned for February. Black History Month is coming, so there'll be a new drop.
OnlyFans coming in November.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, Happy Accidents Club. Sign up for emails. If you sign up for the newsletter, you'll become a member. Exclusive perks, all that.
Okay, flavors. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I got email subscriptions. I'm lit.
Yeah, as you should be, sis. As you should.
Don't worry about that, buddy. I got this, okay? I got this.
Yo, so with my quarantine, like I really haven't quarantined. I've been going to work every single day, Monday through Friday. Sometimes
I've been in these streets.
Been in these streets, man. Nah, I went on a whole vacation, so I can't even really talk. But I went to Vegas. Shit was lit. Nah, Vegas was actually really mad nice though. And it was still, we went the ending of October, beginning of November. It was still 80 degrees over there. went. I went. What's that shit called? What's that thing called? I went dirt riding, like on ATVs. I went ATV riding. That shit was mad fun. I went and saw the Grand Canyon. That shit was beautiful, but it was high. Like it was high, and there's no railings at the edge, so literally you can walk off and fall over if you wanted to. I was like, I'm scared. I'm not doing that.
I'd have still been at the edge.
You would. My cousins did that, and she wanted me to take a picture of her, and I'm looking at her like, "Are you crazy?" Like I was like,
How about that? Live a little.
No,
live life on the edge, man.
Yeah,
not literally, not literally. But besides that, everything was cool. Just been working, honestly. I'm trying to plan another vacation, but I don't know how it's going to go with vaccine and whatnot. Are y'all interested in taking the vaccine? Would y'all take it?
No.
I'm not taking that shit. I'm sorry.
I never even got a flu shot.
See, I was saying the same thing because I'm like, for vaccines, from my understanding, don't they inject you with the virus to see if you can fight it off? So that's why I wouldn't do that.
It's not the virus itself, but it's a specific compartment of the virus.
Yeah, but see, that's even saying that though is even tricky because then people will say, but you got vaccinated when you was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I personally don't want to take the vaccine yet is because it's still new. It just came out. By the time, like when we got vaccinated when we was kids, that those had already been out and they had already been like tested and stuff like that. So I feel like that's the reason why I'm not going to take it. Now, if it's years down the line and they're like, all right, COVID's still around, cool.
The only reason, like, I agree with you, Zara, and the only reason why I was honestly considering it is because of the fact that I had read somewhere that they was gonna create a special passport, like for people who had the vaccine versus people who don't have the vaccine. So if you're interested in traveling, that would have been the only reason why I would have took it, just because I wanted to travel.
That's how they get you.
See, exactly. But that, like, honestly, I don't,
because
feel
that's the same argument. That's the same argument people had when you want to vaccinate your kids, because in order to go to school, public school, you have to be vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same argument when we was little. People was like, well, they had a whole thing against it because it's like my views on vaccination shouldn't have to affect my child going to school. But then it's like, if your kid gets sick and everybody else's kid is not vaccinated, like
that whole classroom.
That is what it is. So I don't know.
But then I feel like with that argument now, like when they first came out with this vaccine, the first people they offered it to wasn't even the kids. It was the people who work in the hospitals and everything like that. So if they felt like, oh, your kid needs to go to school, like now they're pushing all the kids to go back to school, but y'all not even offering them the vaccine first. So
well, I just mean in terms of like the same way, like where they're making you, oh, bless you. Like if you want to travel, that you have to get vaccinated. It was the same thing. Like if you want to send your kid to school, they have to get vaccinated.
No, I understand. I was just adding on to what you were saying.
But now I don't know. Now that might be another thing. Like now when you're going into kindergarten, like when you're 6, do you now have to get also the COVID vaccine to go to school? Like, I don't know.
But I mean, it's weird though, because now with the whole school protocols, they changed everything up. Like some people go to school 1 week and then they stay home 1 week, and then like they limited the classrooms anyway. Well, like my brother, he's still in school, but he does virtual school. He hasn't left the house since. So
hey, my mom has been doing the same thing. So I don't even know.
Allegedly there have been 28 people who died in Norway due to the vaccine.
See, and the virus is already mutating. So the vaccine that they just put out, how I know it's going. What if I get the third mutation of COVID? The vaccine might not do nothing for me.
True.
Stay inside your house, guys. After I saw that, I said, no. At first, I was a little hesitant about it, but now I'm just more. No, I'm not taking it. Just because I'm not trying to die.
Yeah. And I feel like at this point,
most people were older, like people in a nursing home. 18 of those people were in a nursing home, but everybody else were whole functioning adults.
But that's the thing. I feel like, I mean, granted, anything can still happen, God forbid. But I also feel like, for the most part, especially for me and LaShawn, like, we work with people every day. We've been seeing people back and forth, been traveling, been on the train, been doing stuff like that. So if we haven't gotten it by just doing that type of everyday stuff, I have to really just be somewhere where like COVID is hot.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like
So
LA,
it's like I feel like
right now,
being smart about it and just moving the same way we've been trying to, keep your immune system boost, keeping, drinking your vitamins, drinking tea, all of that.
Yeah, LA's hot right now.
Damn, bro, what the hell?
They have surpassed over 1 million cases of coronavirus.
But see, that's because people in LA don't want to stay inside.
And like, also 2 million overall coronavirus cases have been found.
Yeah, see, my dad doesn't even go outside.
He's still in Cali?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he moved back already.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Damn. See?
He's still trying to move back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully this summer, big homie Jeff will make an official appearance.
Fingers crossed, man.
Speaking of coronavirus, speaking of health, the CEO of Whole Foods said to America, "You don't need health care, you just need to eat better."
I mean, to be honest, I see why he says that because, I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest expert on it, but with like the whole Dr. CB thing, his basic philosophy was like, you don't need medicine. All you need to do is just eat properly, eat the correct foods, and you'll be healthy. So I see why they say that.
Well, that's because if you eat healthy and you eat right and a lot of the issues that most people go to the doctor for are because of poor diet and lack of exercise. Mm-hmm. So that's why they say, like, of course you can't, cancer is something we still don't know enough about to prevent it or not. But big things like diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, all of that could be fixed right with your diet.
I agree.
So to go further into his statement, he says, I mean, honestly, we talk about healthcare. The best solution is to not need healthcare. He said on a radio show, the Freakonomics radio show that CNBC caught on Monday, the best solution is to change the way that people eat, the way they live, the lifestyle and diet, like Zara said. There's no reason why people shouldn't be healthy and have a longer health span. A bunch of drugs is not going to solve the problem.
So see, while I agree with that, I'm going to say that it's not feasible because the healthcare system is basically just to get money. If we didn't have drugs, they wouldn't be making money. So even if all of us ate healthy, we never went to the hospital, they'd go out of business. They're not trying to go out of business. So they're going to do whatever they can do to keep themselves in business.
Zara?
No, I mean, I agree because if you see like a lot of these drugs, like I always thought it was funny whenever they had commercials for drugs and then like the side effects were way more serious than what the thing was that's supposed to be treating you. And I'm just like, but people are supposed to be okay with this. Like, okay, you're going to fix my, what is the name of that shit? I don't know. My hair loss, but then I might get heartburn, anal bleeding, and something else. Like what?
Yeah. Like to be devil's advocate, I think it was a little tone deaf into how he said it, just because he's a multi-million-dollar like man. You don't have like the same non-processed foods and organic foods and things of that sort that you're able to be afforded. A lot of people are not. So you can't say, oh, all you need to do is change your diet and all of that other stuff, because what if people don't have the like diet? They don't have
that is real also because there are like food deserts are a thing. Like there are maybe not necessarily in New York City, but I mean, no, there are places in New York City. I can't even say that, but more so in other places inside of the country. Like there's places where you literally like you either don't have a supermarket, or if you do, like you have all these, you have the leftover meat that's not good up to or not up to standard, and your vegetables and fruits are probably not organic and they're not like the best of the best. So it's definitely a struggle depending on what your economic status is. But I also do think it was tone deaf in a sense that he runs a company, and so to like I would to say that, and then also like to try to not give your workers health care is also like kind of fucked up.
Because
I don't know if that's what he's doing or not doing, but no, I think that's just something.
Allegedly, part-time Whole Food healthcare workers don't get.
Well, any customer service, anything part-time, you never get healthcare.
Yeah, you have to be full-time.
Sure.
You always have to be full-time.
Well, they were the one company that was not going by that rule.
So well, see, then that's different.
That rule, now we have a problem.
Because although it is nice to say all of those nice things that he said, realistically, we all just can't hit reset and reset our bodies and go back to and then start eating healthy and do things.
You can try them.
None of us can just up and right and do that.
No.
Of course you can.
Try.
But you're not getting rid of diabetes.
You can try.
You're not getting, well, I think I don't know about hypertension.
A lot of people in my family.
Of course.
Diabetes.
Berries.
Yeah.
Try to eat candy.
So to go back into LaShawn's original, well, let's keep with the white people gone wild. Let's keep with the white people gone wild.
Oh boy.
You've seen the riots from the Capitol, from the Trump supporters. Allegedly 4 people died and 1 woman got shot at the Capitol on the grounds.
Yeah.
The National Guard activated after mob breached building. Congress affirmed Biden's 2020 election victory after that. Thoughts, statements, comments, something.
Everybody crazy at this point.
Son,
honestly at this point, I'm like, yeah, I voted for Joe Biden, but I'm just like, both sides is insane at this point. It's just
we knew that at the election.
It's just like, because it's like, on the one hand, you got President Trump who's being a bad loser, but then I feel like now you're gonna have the Democrats taking this and running with it, and now I feel like I feel like the way politics is now, or maybe no, I shouldn't say this. I want to say the understanding that I'm having of politics now as a young adult, and not as somebody not as an older 20-year-old person than as when I was in college, is that politics is crazy as fuck.
Well, we've been through that.
Both sides, yeah, but it's like, it's a different understanding now. Like, I feel like now it's just like, I'm starting to realize that both sides just do the opposite of what the other side is talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, and especially I feel like as people of color, like neither of it, of our like struggle with it is that neither side is for us. Both sides are taking advantage. When you look at it, Republicans, yeah, they might be hella racist and they don't want certain things happening, but at the same time, Democrats are taking advantage of the fact that the Republicans are so racist and are doing this. And it's like, neither of them are doing, if you really think about it, neither of them are doing us a service.
Agreed. I also
so it's like we just have to choose the side that's ticks off at least some of the boxes. If you're into it.
I think here's my thing. I agree that both the Democrats, especially right now, are taking advantage of the fact that the Republicans are just so racist within themselves, or their viewpoints are very, very racist. So they are taking advantage of that. But I think even to bring up another situation, Vogue recently dropped the cover of Kamala Harris as their this new year. But there are two different covers. There's a digital cover and there's an actual print cover. The print cover had her in a like a light blue suit, which was very nice. It was a light blue suit with some Converses. It was cute. And then there was another cover with a dark suit and Converses, and just looked thrown together according, like, from personal perspective. Like, it just looks like, because we're in quarantine, because it just doesn't bring anything else different to the table. It's just a throwback drop of the general, like, doing a different color sheet and putting it in the back. And it just, no. So besides that, what the initial problem was that the digital cover with the darker suit came out first. And unfortunately, it wasn't supposed to happen that way because Camilla's team had came out and made a statement allegedly about how the fact that, you know, Vogue is still on their still racist aneurysm tips, and Vogue is a huge company and we've seen them go through all of this shit before. So, you know, it's just a whole kind of whirlwind about how politics and culture collide, and it doesn't necessarily always work out in the best favor. Zara, why is your face like that?
I'm listening.
No,
but they felt that Vogue was this racist company and X, Y, and Z. Why would they even let her do the cover in the first place?
Because
I'm trying to figure out what the issue was, though.
Because originally the blue cover suit was supposed to come out first because it's supposed to signify her being the VP of the president of the United States. It's just supposed to be her grand coming in. And the cover that came out first seemed very minimalistic, seemed very like thrown together, seemed like a general cover rather than the first cover coming out first.
Okay. I mean, I think I'm just confused as the fact that, like, so okay. I'm trying to figure out the
so people are trying to say, to make a long story short, people are trying to say that they are trying to downplay Kamala Harris being the VP of the United States of America, being a Black woman, and giving her like the first pictures of her coming out being the VP of the United States. The cover comes out like a regular cover. There's no grand gesture. There's no there's no none of that.
See, I feel like the argument would be, okay, so now if Vogue did do the whole grand gesture, they're going to look at it like, oh, what happened to her just being a regular woman? Like, we know she's the VP, but she's not relatable. She's this blah, blah, blah. And now they're giving...
I mean, is she relatable to y'all?
I mean, she's supposed to be relatable because she's a Black woman. No, listen to my thought.
That's not how. That's dumb. Like, all Black women don't just fit in the same fucking box. Like,
I'm saying that
I'd also like to note that she's married to a white man.
Well, exactly. Like,
I'm surprised with that.
I actually very much was.
Why?
Married to a white man too.
What? I just didn't expect her to be married to a white dude.
A Black lady in politics?
Yes, absolutely. Almost all of at least to me, most of the people Black people that I see in politics are Black couples together, because it's like, I need that other strong half of me. Not saying that somebody that's not Black can't do that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, and so, and most of the sisters that we know in politics that are married to Black guys. So and especially because everybody was going so rah-rah about, like, you know, Kamala Harris, like, she went to HBCU, she's down, like, she's this. I'm like, all right, sis, so where your brother at? Like, where he at? What's up?
No, sis. Do you not see what she looks like?
I was gonna say, I feel like a lot of people.
Like, excuse me, don't make that face. You heard what I said. Do you not see?
She looks like a Black woman.
She gonna say she looked like a light-skinned Black woman. That's what she's gonna say, Bria. I knew it. I knew that's what she's gonna.
What does that have to do with anything?
You think Letitia James is gonna marry a white man?
Do you not know that Mayor de Blasio's wife is very much brown skinned?
That's wonderful and that's great, but that's
all right then.
That doesn't happen a lot.
But then so with that story,
it doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't.
With de Blasio, it's different because he's a white man.
His wife is gorgeous. That never happened.
A black man.
Never. So don't try to say it like, oh, it happened. No, that's a rarity. That's a rarity. Do you know how many?
And that's why I did not expect Kamala to be married to a white man. That's it.
Why? She is textbook black woman with a white man. What are we talking about? Okay. LaShawn, do you agree or disagree?
Agree with what, Bria?
Do you agree that it's expected or it's not a shocking thing for her to be married to a white man?
I agree that it's not shocking. I don't agree that it's
flag on the play. Do you know Yvette, Beyonce's publicist, is married to a white man?
Okay, and Quincy Jones had children with a white lady.
So why are we shocked?
With Quincy Jones, I'm not shocked.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the type of person she is. I'm just saying her specifically. The way that she was presented to us, the way that she came out, the way she was all black this, black this, black this. Before I knew much about her, I was just expecting her, like President Obama, to have a black mate. That's it.
I mean, I understand why you're expecting it, Z, but like in my personal view, I'm not surprised by it. Like,
now, had I known, if I had seen her personality beforehand or listened to her things, known more about her, and got to know her character, I could see, maybe I could see why she'd be married to a white man. But I just personally didn't know anything personal about her to know her character, what type of person she would be with.
That's understandable.
Oh, child, I knew that prior to Biden even asking her.
See, now had she, because if you see her sister looks a lot more Indian than she does. So now if she looked a lot more Indian like her sister, then maybe I would have had a different view.
I'm so disappointed in you, Zara.
Why?
Very disappointed. I would have expected you to. Don't be so shocked by the fact that she went to HBCU. Like that.
That's actually a big shock. What do you mean?
Huh? If she didn't go to HBCU, would you still feel that same way?
No, that's why I said.
That's why I said don't be shocked that she went to a HBCU. You don't.
If she went to a PWI, I would not be shocked that she's with a white man.
Bingo. But because she went to HBCU, that's why you're shocked.
Yes.
On the same page.
LaShawn, say
that's exactly why I'm shocked. What? You don't go to no HBCU, see all them fine brothers, and don't snatch up one? Come on, man.
Go ahead.
Everybody that goes to an HBCU ends up with a black person, though.
Come on, man.
I mean, I'm just not surprised. But then again, like I'm looking at this. To bring it back to the original point, I'm looking at the digital cover and it's like it's pink and green. So I'm thinking they doing like a ode to her being an AKA. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like they saying that it's all thrown together and whatnot. I don't see the issue. Like I feel like people just gonna bring up an issue regardless. They're just gonna bring it up. They'll be all right. You can't please everybody. Sorry.
Child by HBCU. They still deal with white people. Doesn't matter. So I'm gonna have to walk something back. I'm gonna have to walk back my Ty Dolla take.
Wait, why?
That album wasn't good.
Yikes.
Sorry. It wasn't it. It wasn't it for me.
What about it wasn't it?
I think it was. It was a lot more.
Ty Dolla has fallen off of his podium in Breland.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately, he has. But you know, here's the reason why. I think this album, like that Rocky's testing, was very experimental. And for that, I'm down. There are certain tracks that I do like and do enjoy, but as a full body project, I'm not fucking with it.
We always talk about this. We always have the same conversation when an artist tries to do something new that they're not used to and it doesn't hit. It's always like, yeah, you should have tried. You should have never tried something new.
It's similar to how I feel about The Weeknd. Like, everybody has this big hoopla about The Weeknd, and I'm just like, yo, I
haven't been feeling The Weeknd for a minute.
For a very long time. Like, probably prior to like him going.
It was too much.
Probably, honestly, for me, I think after like 15, 16, The Weeknd hasn't been the same.
I'm about to tell y'all right now exactly when Weeknd fell the fuck off for me. It definitely was. It was borderline Beauty Behind Machines, but it was definitely Starboy. Like, Starboy went left for me. And I was like, yeah, this is not it.
And that was like the most recent. Yeah, that's why I said after like 2015, 2016, it was over.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I mean, I just enjoyed it for what it was. Like, I'm like, okay, this is what this project is. I can kind of maybe see what the direction was, or maybe, you know, I appreciate that you tried something new, but
pop. Let's just say that he's way more pop now than R&B, which is where I love Weeknd. Go ahead, Michelle.
I was gonna say, see, that ties into my question. Do you guys feel like he fell off because you're more accustomed to or more used to mixtape Weeknd versus mass media, mass public Weeknd? Like, is that?
I mean, I feel like it's like when Nicki Minaj was doing her whole pop thing, we were all like,
what the fuck is this?
Side eyeing, like, what you
I
doing?
Feel like that was because everybody was used to the 07 jump off Nicki.
Exactly.
That was on the mixtapes, Nicki. And
because Young Money Nicki was still on it, but even though Super Bass was a bop, it still was like, okay,
yeah,
you can kind of get with it. I see where you going, or like Starships, like Starships was my jam.
The mass media, like, I feel like before that she was still very much mixtape Nicki, and that's why everybody loved her. But then when she got more like superstardom, more fame or whatever, when she started rising more in the mass, like the popularity, that's when people started to be like, all right, sis, like, you're doing a little bit too much. I need you to go back to what you were before.
No, because I feel like even when she was still doing hip hop and she was doing all of those characters like Roman's Run, people were still looking at her funny, but it was still Nicki though. Like, she was still on her, you know what I mean? Like, we get where that was coming from. But when she came out, when it was like, did the whole like pop star thing, it was like, it's just out of left field, because like we just didn't see that in your character.
And also, she was still giving us bars.
Right.
So I don't really give a fuck.
No more?
You were still giving us bars. You still didn't steer away from your core fan base. You still.
That is true. Because I can't front. Super Bass and Starships are low key a bop.
Hell yeah, but they're pop R&B records. So
right.
I have to give Nicki that, but the problem is I have a Weeknd. You were supposed to tear that line, but you were also always supposed to stay within your R&B pocket, because that's where you got your fan base from.
Yeah.
Now,
and I feel like, I feel like a lot of kids, like, I think about it nowadays, a lot of kids don't know that side of The Weeknd
at all. All they know,
like, I feel like they know him for being like kind of similar to I don't even know, but they just know they're like, oh, sad boy, like, oh, Poppy.
I mean, but is
whatever,
that really
like
his
Weeknd?
fault, though? Because you
you
go where the money goes. So if
but you can still stay authentic to yourself.
Yeah, so you can still keep a fan base while,
because like, okay, think about Sean Paul. Even though he hops on pop records, he still sounds like a reggae artist doing this pop record. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still Sean Paul on that song.
Still WizKid. Sam
Right.
does a really great job at it.
Or even when
Burna Boy does a really great job at it. You still have to keep your sound, but be able to play in somebody else's world.
Right. Because it's like when I guess the difference is like when those artists go do it, it's like at the end of the day, I know you're this type of artist on this type of track. Whereas with The Weeknd, he's just fully embodied. Like if you play more recent Weeknd tracks, they would not consider him an R&B artist at all.
No, they don't. They don't at all. At least, actually, I'm gonna look that up on Apple Music and see if they consider Weeknd an R&B artist or they consider him a pop artist. No,
I guarantee you, he's under pop.
R&B. No, he's still R&B.
Maybe because of his old stuff or like how he first came out.
I would think because of how it first came out, that's why it's changed.
Because that's the same beef that I have with
Even
Post Malone.
Land. I didn't really like Kissland either, but I just took it just because.
People still listen to Post Malone. He still makes music.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
He another one that I just. Anyway, that's the one thing that I had to walk back. I did not like Ty Dolla Sign's album. As a whole. I didn't like it, and I'm actually very shocked at myself because
I am too. Yeah, I had to just take it for what it was. I was like, okay, I see kind of what we're going for, maybe a little bit.
Expensive was dope. The Burna Boy was fire. Tyrone 2021. That's my shit. And that's it. The Janae Aiko feature, toss it out the window. I don't need it. Real life, not it. Not it for me, buddy. But I will take it for what it is. He's being experimental, and I appreciate him for that. But I'm just gonna bump the other albums.
So, seeing how you say that now, Bria, do you think that Ty Dolla could get it back, or do you think like he's too far removed?
I think he could, but I mean, there are songs on there that I do like, but I think he could. But is he going to do that? I don't know. Time only tells.
Okay, what about The Weeknd? Do you think The Weeknd is too far removed, or do you think he could get it back? He's gone?
Yeah, The Weeknd is over in that land now.
He's not coming back. He's
in Taylor Swift land.
Yes, and they are enjoying it. And I'm not even mad at them. Go right ahead. I'm just not bumping the music.
They in Taylor Swift. They in Taylor Swift.
For real.
Speaking of women in hip hop, well, no. No, Taylor Swift is not in hip hop. I also want LaShawn to walk back I want y'all to walk back that shit that y'all talked about last week, talking about women in hip hop don't need to get her body done in order to be successful, because LaShawn brought up Lizzo, and she needs to walk that shit back, because Lizzo just came out recently talking about issues about her damn body, her damn self. So,
but is Lizzo really a rapper, or
did Lizzo get her body done, or did she just say that she has issues with it?
Excuse me?
I was saying, did Lizzo get her body done, or did she just say that she has issues with her body?
That she has issues within her body, and that
but that doesn't mean that she's getting her body done.
She was considering getting lipo.
I mean, to be quite honest with you, I'm not going to walk that back because wait, what he said? Okay, I'm not gonna walk that back because I still feel the same way that I feel. However, I also like on the other side of the coin, I feel like if that's what make you happy, do what make you happy, sis. If you got the money for it, do what you gotta do. But I don't think that you need to get your body done to be successful in hip hop. So that's my opinion.
Wow, the sorcery.
I mean, but then like,
the sorcery. I'm weak.
You see all the slim body girls, they don't get their bodies done like Malibu.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Malibu Mitch got her body done.
She's probably the only one who doesn't.
But I was also gonna say, what Coily Ray, has she got her body?
Look how big they are. This big.
But I did say slim body girls, slim body.
No,
Like,
it's not slim, sis.
No,
they skinny.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
they're skinny.
Borderline.
Not saying anything's wrong with it, but I'm just saying, like, your name, all the girls who are like this big.
I mean, but she just said Lizzo. Lizzo's on one end of the extreme, and then I just named the other end of the extreme.
Yeah, then you got.
Look, sis, if Lizzo comes with her body done, you're gonna have to walk that shit back.
If she comes with her body done.
But see, but then that's the other thing.
Okay.
But then that would be another thing too.
Hold on, Zara. Let me clarify. If she gets any work done, if she goes under the knife for anything, you gonna walk that back.
Wait. Can we add a caveat to that? Like, what if it's too?
You gonna walk that back?
Like, what if she has like, God forbid or something? But what if she has like a triple bypass or something, like something for her health? Do I still have
to walk
that back? Walk that back.
That's fair. But I mean,
but see, and that's the other thing about it too, because she's already been out and she's already been talking about stuff. If she does get any work done, is it because she really wanted to, or is it because she had to for her career? We'll never know.
True.
She might have to.
But that's what I'm saying.
Guess what? She gonna walk that back.
No. So yeah, it's just, at this point, it's just like it don't even. I mean, it matters, but it's not gonna.
It don't matter at this point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it was for her career because she's gonna continue to blow up in her career and she's gonna get an amazing fucking money. She's gonna get great money. She's gonna have a great career. Shit's gonna explode for her. As soon as she loses about 20, 35 pounds, she's gonna be straight.
Right.
I don't know I can't picture how Lizzo would look like losing all that weight. Like if she goes under the knife and she gets something done, I can't picture how she would look.
I think she's gonna be
look regular.
I mean, she looked regular now.
She gonna look extra regular, slim down.
She's not gonna look regular, guys.
Yeah, she would definitely look different because Adele looked different when she slimmed down.
Yeah, but Adele was attractive even when she was chubby. Well, I've never seen her without makeup, so I'll take that back.
Thank
you.
I
walk that back. I walk that back. I walk that back. I walk it back.
Oh my God, you guys. Something. I'm crying. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think it's at this point, yeah, she just set herself up. Because it's like now that she's saying she's having issues with herself, is she having issues with herself because she's always had those issues with herself? Or is she having issues with herself because all of these things are getting brought to her now? Everything's in the spotlight and she's in a position where, you know, people is talking about it. So is it, you know,
like if you can't go one day without somebody being like, oh, you look like this, you need to lose weight, eventually it's gonna get to you. And you're gonna be like, yeah, I need to go lose weight because every time I step outside my door, somebody got something to say.
But then you got the people that's gonna be like, oh, but I thought you was about having body confidence and fuck what people say and this, that, and the third. So
which
it's like,
is why I said earlier, people gonna talk regardless. They gonna talk regardless. So you can't make everybody happy. Unfortunately,
y'all gonna be in Hottie boot camp with Megan?
Listen, I just might
to learn how to twerk.
No, she's trying to lose weight. She's like cutting down on like alcohol and whatnot. So she's She's trying to lose pandemic weight.
What'd you say?
A doctor said lose weight. She's trying to live.
No, we talking about Meg Thee Stallion, not Lizzo.
They both trying to lose weight to live. Meg big.
What?
Remember we talked about that. Even though she tall, she's still big.
No, she's not.
She hefty. What's she like 190?
I love Megan, but she's
like 6 feet tall. That's so a lot of her weight is because she's tall. Is what I'm saying.
Here she go trying to. She's
5'11", so she should be like 150. How much you see?
I don't know.
I know she's not no 150. She's like 190.
Maybe.
She's gonna put a pump in your back.
Not nice. That is not.
Anyways.
Wrestling. She wrestling with.
Solange's son, Joel's and Skai.
Yo, how grown is he now, bro? Why is he on the Shade Room messing with these little YouTube girls?
That's
I'm like, what? That's crazy. Like, I remember when you were like 4, bro.
When you came out the womb, sis.
It's facts.
And now you out here exposing Skai Jackson. Y'all know
Can
I'm
we talk-
gonna kill her, right?
He's only 16. He's only
That's
16.
grown.
How old is Skai?
He's a
Skai
whole
Jackson
person.
Hold on.
She like 20 something.
He's 18.
Oh,
She's
never mind.
2 years older. She's 18. He's 16.
Oh, she raping.
She just looks mad young because she's little. Like
She
that's
is like 3 feet tall.
right. She just looks young.
She should still be shamed. She should still be shamed. She a raper. I don't care if she look cute. She a raper.
Oh man. But
Rape is rape.
can we just talk about the fact that like there's mad like 18 to like 21-year-olds that are famous just off of YouTube?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever scrolled like the Shade Room teens? They have all this drama going on. I'm like, whose kids are these?
I'll be looking
I'm like, what? And it's like, and it's funny because I feel like at work I'll be showing my age because there's this girl who, and I'm saying this like I'm 35, but there's this girl who is, I think she's just turned 19, and so she like knows about like all these little people, and I'm just like thinking in my head, I'm like, what
are they?
Like you weren't even born before 2000, and y'all got drama. I'm like, was this happening when we was little? Like, I don't understand.
Bro, when we was little, we had
like we was in grown people drama. Like the Shade Room was still adults when we was teenagers.
I was a kid, bro.
I don't know. They doing a lot right now. Like, I mean, but then again, YouTube is another channel for you to get your bag. So
I know, but it's just interesting. Like, just even a 5-year age difference. Like how like the lifestyle. You know,
Ooh,
like
that was a nice boy. He got moved.
It's crazy.
What's up, bro?
It's,
Oh, my bad.
it's sad. I just want to know if Solange gonna whoop his ass or not.
she should.
Wow, Zara, she not gonna whoop his ass?
That is a grown person. She is not about to whip his ass.
So as we can see, Solange, the woman that we love, the essence of woman.
I mean, I don't know. I can't say that because she was ready to beat Jay-Z ass in the elevator. So I feel like she could keep that same energy with her son.
Oh, whoop that nigga ass. I would whoop his ass. He's 16. I'm whooping that nigga ass.
Like, first of all, you out here making me look bad instead of making you look bad. Like, nah. We can't.
But see, I feel like I just feel like she's not like that type of parent though. Damn. Like I feel like she's
not in her home to see what type of parent she is. But
yeah, I mean, from what we know of her, I feel like she's like a Erykah Badu type parent. So I don't think she would be on some like
that's a lie.
I'm about to see
Who said she be whooping them niggas' asses?
Right. I feel like she be beating their ass too. Like you step out of line,
She was beating her true colors with that video.
With the
okay. Never mind.
With a crystal.
I'm weak with a crystal. Erykah Badu at the end of the day is still a black mama. I'm pretty sure she be beating.
Pretty sure she whooping them niggas ass.
Right. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but she doing it classy. Nobody know about it.
That's fine. That is perfectly fine. Nobody gotta know that you be beating their ass. But listen,
Solange in the streets. We know she about.
Like I said, I know Solange whooped that little nigga ass. It's all right. I'm here for it.
I wouldn't be.
You know how they call Monica Gunica.
Ooh.
Yes.
See about that.
We gotta find a word for Solange.
We gotta find a word for Solange.
Cause I'm like, damn, I ain't know.
Did you see?
All right, guess Solange a gangster like that. My fault. I thought it was peace and light over here.
Did you see her TikTok for the Busset Challenge?
Who's?
Or Monica? Oh yeah, when her son came in, she was like, "You somebody mama."
You somebody mama.
I'm weird.
Like, you ain't busting nothing. You somebody mama. I said, okay.
You somebody mama. I love it. You don't want her
mama can bust it.
No.
Mama for the streets? That's wild.
What?
Mama for the streets. And she got a child.
What?
Busting it open like that. What's wrong with y'all?
And her kid said busted.
It wasn't busting it open.
You saying she's trying to bust it open?
No, the bust it
busted
challenge.
Oh, the bust it challenge? That's like she's trying to bust it open.
No, it's when it like what I was doing yesterday, where you just
busting it
twerk
open
on your knees.
What? Oh, that's still busting it open.
Oh my god!
I just like saying bust.
Next topic, and just skate past that.
As you can see, viewers, our live studio audience is real excited today. They real excited.
For bust it open.
Okay.
Y'all talked about it. I didn't say nothing.
Going back to
It's no light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine.
I've seen your boy Bow Easy recently, right?
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Oh, I'm in the hood.
He needs drugs.
Oh, let's go. Let's start
He's
this.
just not receiving a lot of attention. He just needs some attention.
What you mean? He just needs some attention?
Cause like not even with the whole COVID thing, but you seen the thing where he was on the yacht with like 10 women or whatever, talking about like he needs attention. My man's is just bored and he needs to do something with his life. Like
and his friend was on the yacht shaking with a whole bunch of women.
That I'm not even gonna talk.
I didn't see no black women on there. But
again, are we surprised?
Zara be sitting here trying to act like she be surprised.
Zara, were you surprised by not seeing no black woman on Bow Wow boat?
You're muted.
I can't hear you, bro. Oh, she muted. You mute.
Didn't mute me, but
Tyler was talking. That's why I muted.
At this point, I mean, for him, no, but I mean, apparently anything could happen because Michael B. Jordan is dating your girl, so
that took me for a surprise. I'm not even
why
going
are y'all surprised?
Because Michael B. Jordan don't like black women, so that's why I was surprised.
And
ooh, that's such a statement.
Like, when have you ever seen him out with a black woman?
I think that strategically, if he had to be put with any girl, looking at the women that he has available, that's exactly who I would think he would choose.
Who, Lori? I mean, yeah. I see nothing wrong with it. Lori's beautiful. Michael B. Jordan is handsome. Like, so if that works out, that could probably be our Black Kardashian-esque.
Oh, she's non-white? Or she not black?
No, Lori Harvey is Steve Harvey's daughter.
Oh.
I'm saying Lori Harvey, if that
I don't know.
If that relationship really works and really grows, that could probably be our Black Kardashian.
I mean, but to be fair, what is it that Lori does besides
be pretty?
Yeah,
nothing.
Like at least Kim.
We don't know.
At least Kim Kardashian does like 30,000 other things besides be pretty. So what does Lori do besides be pretty?
That's true. I would say that although
she do a lot of things.
Off of what we don't know what she does to get money that she does. I'm sure she's doing something. You can't just be sitting there. Like, I'm sure she's collaborating with brands. I'm sure that's more than enough for people to trust me.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I see no issues with it.
I love it. I'm here for them too. I do think that it is very strategic to choose Michael B. Jordan, especially with us, like we said in the beginning, that, he don't date black girls. So I think, it's a great collab. I love them two together. I think it's going to work. Hopefully. Cross my fingers. Not Lori Harvey going back to the streets. She going to start fucking around rappers again. And I don't really want that. I want her to stay out of the rapper bin. Like, she had that experience. It was great. She had Trey Songz. She had Future. She had me. She almost could have had Beat Miller. She had
Diddy and his son.
So. Trying to do with her life.
You said what?
I said I'm trying to figure out what she really want to do with her life. Like, is she just about to be dating people and then every 3 months find a new person?
was not months. That's not nice.
Okay, in a span of 1 year, because it hasn't been 2, maybe it's been 2. She's dated Future, Diddy, Trey Songz,
The race car guy.
Well, she was engaged to him, right? Was it him or was it somebody else?
It was.
Okay, yeah, it said Future, Diddy, Trey Songz, Diddy's son,
Diddy
the race car
Diddy.
driver.
No, don't forget. Both
Yeah.
Diddy and Diddy's son.
So now she's on number 6 in like a year and a half.
She for the streets. Diddy and Diddy's son?
Yes, she dated his son first, and then she dated Future, and then sometime later she was dating Diddy.
That is cool. But hey, Dad, how was that?
That don't sound right. That she was with Justin Combs, Diddy. She wasn't with all them people in less than a year.
Nah, I don't think it
was because, bro.
than,
okay, so even though it's technically 2021, we've had this podcast since 2018. So before this month,
she was allegedly with 2019 is when TMZ allegedly said that Lori and Diddy's 2019. So it was 2019 because right now that's all I'm seeing is 2019.
That's why I said like
2019 is when it came out about Diddy's fund confirming his relationship with alleged relationship with Lori Harvey because they never.
That was already after she had been. We known that she was with Future.
No, Future and Lori.
Future wasn't before Diddy.
Yeah, Future wasn't before Diddy. No, he was after Diddy.
No, because I can't be because I remember the only reason why people cared that Diddy was dating Lori because it was like the fact that she had that's why we knew about her because she was dating Future. And then it was like, when she was
August of 20, a year later, she was dating Future. A year later from dating Justin Combs, she was dating Future.
Right. So that's why I said Justin was first.
Then it was a race car driver. Then it was Trey. And then it was... I don't know.
All I know is I'm pretty sure Future had to be before Diddy, whatever order it was.
No, it wasn't. He was after Diddy.
Future was after Diddy because Future was the most recent one that she was linked to.
Look at that. Somebody got a whole list of all the boyfriends she's ever dated. Wonderful.
They have too much time on their hands.
So after she moved from Memphis, she was dating Memphis.
Who's Memphis?
D-Pay.
Memphis Bleak?
She dated Memphis Bleak?
No, Memphis.
Oh, I was about to say.
He's a Dutch football player. They got engaged in 2017, but then they separated that same year. Their split became official in 2018 when she was spotted without her ring. Then after Memphis, then she was with Justin. Then it was Trey. Then it was Diddy. And then it was Future. And then we get to Michael B. Jordan. That's the dating time.
I feel like there was somebody in between her Future and Michael B. Jordan, but I guess whatever. Like I said, that's still a year and a half. Because you said she came out with Diddy in 2019.
Like summer, Diddy's son in 2019.
Right. So then it was Diddy's son, then Trey, then Diddy, then Future. So, and now we got someone else, and now Michael B. Jordan. So that's 6 people in like a year and a half.
I mean, but normal people do that shit all the time. It's just not publicized. So it is what it is.
How many niggas have you had LaShawn and I gone through in a year?
Spicy.
Look at our face. Zara stuck.
But you do other things with your life though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like she don't do nothing else. So that's like
we don't know what she does on a day to day.
She don't got a job.
Something. How do you know?
She get paid to be pretty. Zara, that's her job. She gets paid to be pretty.
From who?
Job.
Steve Harvey?
No, Lori.
I said, is he paying her? I didn't say
nah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure she models. So whoever she models for,
but that's the thing is that we're all assuming because she's on Instagram and she's famous and she doesn't actually have to do anything.
That's true. She really does.
Like Kylie does not do anything. She just has money because she was born into money.
Well, Kylie owns her. Well, I guess owns her cosmetic line, so that's something.
Based on the fact that she's a Kardashian,
she doesn't have a job.
She's Travis Scott baby mama. That's the job.
I hope when I get famous, you don't do that to my kids.
You have a job. Oh, your kids? You don't have a job.
What? Said you have a job.
But what if they have a job? But
Christian, you have a job. If your kids do not have a job, they don't have a job. You don't have that money. Is not your money. That's your mother's money.
Yo, Zara, like,
I'm just saying.
While I appreciate your white ass mentality, because that is a white mentality. You want to watch?
Are you sure?
That is a white mentality.
How is that a white mentality? What? In every black household, you better have a job. Are you kidding me?
Why
did we have jobs when we were little, bro? Because our money was not our money. That's why we had jobs when we were in high school.
We're not about to go into this. We're not any listeners. We're not.
No. Let's dive into it.
Am I wrong though?
You are. You're absolutely.
Why did we have jobs?
We're not going
high
into
school?
Deep dive though.
Tell me this. Just answer my question.
We are not going.
Why did we have jobs in high school? So that we could have money, because the money our parents gave us was not really our money. So we better do something with it.
You're only thinking in the scope of our childhood, of what we were brought up. I feel you though. I feel you 110%, but you're only considering our experience growing up.
So most kids didn't have to pay for stuff.
Take that same rule and apply that to Kylie Jenner. That rule doesn't exist there.
Because their parents don't think that way. But I'm pretty sure there's people who have money who don't treat their kids that way.
They gotta earn that money.
That sounds like that. Okay, I guess I'll say that because
that's all it is.
I don't know if I can roll with that, because normal black people, bro, do not think that. Normal black people.
What?
No. Yes.
Normal black people don't think what?
That their parents' money is their money.
Yes.
You telling me that Justin,
and that's what. But that's what my whole point is, bro. That's my point. Is I'm saying that she don't have a job. That's not her. Whatever money that Kylie Jenner got, that's not her money. She got that because her parents had money. She didn't do nothing to earn that. So what I'm saying is Lori Harvey's case, to me, in my eyes, she does not have a job. That's not her. She's not. If her parents are giving her money because her parents got money, they're giving her money.
But in your eyes, she does not have a job. But we're trying to tell you can't say that, Zara.
But what I'm saying is, and all I'm saying is that we're assuming that she has to have a job because
she does. She has to have a job, Zara.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're assuming that she has to because she has all of this money.
Because I'm assuming that all of that money is not just coming from her parents.
Right.
My perspective is that money is just not coming from her parents.
And that's what I'm saying, is that we don't really know.
If any, because she is of age. She is 24, 25 years old. She's running with us. So
she doesn't mean
she can still be a bum.
So you think that she's a bum, that she's still just getting money from her parents?
I'm not saying that she's a bum, but what I'm saying is if you have been accustomed to living that life, and just because you turn 18 or 21, all of a sudden doesn't necessarily mean that you're about to get cut off from your parents' money. So all I'm saying is that just because we see her out here and see her making, posting on Instagram and being seen and being out here and being in certain circles doesn't necessarily mean that she's doing the IG model thing. I'm not saying that she isn't, just saying we don't know.
She's definitely
is working though. That's all we saying. She's twerking.
She's definitely doing the IG movement.
I don't know what y'all trying to get at.
Sponsorship. That one time that I did, because I know that because I saw a video of it myself of her talking, which is why I think it's very funny that everybody keep laughing and be like, they don't know what she sounds like.
But that's the other thing, because we've never seen her do anything else other than pose in pictures, and if she does, it's not as publicized as when she's just out here looking pretty.
Not true. I feel like. LaShawn, do you agree, disagree, nothing?
LaShawn was just sitting there watching.
Right. I was just sitting here watching y'all go back and forth. But I mean, I agree with what Zara was saying. We don't know what she's doing, but then I also feel like she does what every other famous 25-year-old does. They do IG modeling. Like, that's it.
And then OnlyFans. The circle of life. I love it.
But like I said, I'm not going to knock I'm not going to knock Lori Harvey. I think she's beautiful. I think Michael B. Jordan looks good.
Of course, get it how you live, sis. What, you don't got to work a day in your life? Must be nice.
Exactly. Like, I know.
Must be nice.
Normal 25-year-old, even though you in a spotlight, be a normal 25-year-old. Date whoever the hell you want to date.
That's
go wherever you want to go. Do your thing, sis. Do your thing.
You don't want to do nothing.
Just know I'm not in the tax bracket that she is, so I gotta go to work. So that's it. Like,
that's a fact.
Right. Well, going back into Kim and Kanye, they're now getting a divorce.
I'm not surprised.
See?
I think that's really the theme for this episode today. I am not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I'm weak.
Episode, that's who we run with. I bet.
But yeah, nah. Honestly, like, I'm really not, because I just he said it himself in Gold Digger. When he get on, he gonna leave you for a white girl. And then look what happened. This white girl brought him down.
No, so you totally forget about the part that he did leave his black queen for a white girl. We just gonna forget that part.
That's what I was saying. I was trying to say that he set himself up, because we all know he was with a successful black woman before he got with Amber Rose, and then he left, and then
I don't mean they was made for each other.
And then he left her for Kim Kardashian.
The studio audience said something back there.
He said that don't mean that they were made for each other, which is true. That doesn't mean that they were made for each other. Just because they two black people in a relationship don't mean they automatically got to make it work.
It don't. But the point was that he left her and got with this white girl, and now his life is ruined.
I mean, I feel like
difficult.
Studio audience, chill out.
Come on. My bad. Sorry. My bad.
I feel like she just unfortunately is not equipped to deal with somebody that is like Kanye. Like, I just
absolutely 100%.
They were gonna make it long anyway, so it is what
I really didn't either.
He acted like a boy that was raised by a single mother.
I didn't either, because
low-key part of me feels like he's still publicly grieving the loss of his mom. So I feel like that, coupled with like his mental health and everything like that, she's not equipped to handle that. That's why they was living in separate states. Like, she was in California, he was in Wyoming. She went to Wyoming. They had a conversation. She probably was like, yeah, nah, fuck this. I'm gonna divorce this nigga. Bye.
But they've been, like you said, they've been on that path, because even when he started going down his whole spiritual path it was either on the show or there was a comment where she was just saying, like, I understand that you're on this path, but like, that doesn't mean that I have to go down this path with you. And I'm not saying that she had to be in the same spot, but the way she was coming about it was on some like, well, just because you're over there, like, doesn't mean that I gotta. It didn't seem like she was trying to support him in what he was trying to go through, regardless of if she was going to participate in it or not.
She don't gotta participate, but the way that came off was like, ugh.
Exactly. That's so that when I saw that, I was just like, okay, because honestly, because when that part came about, we already knew that he had mental health issues. So if you already know that your husband has mental health issues, and then he's also going on the spiritual journey within himself, like, you should want to be supportive of that with whatever's going to help him get through what he's going through.
Yep, agreed. I mean, the only people I feel bad for in this situation are the kids. That's it. But it is.
Yeah, I also think they had like mad kids way too fast.
They have all right.
I have a conspiracy theory.
Whoa. That's not true. How long are they supposed to wait to have kids?
But they have like, but I mean, just in terms of everything that's going on, like they got like, he already was like saying that he didn't even want to have one of his second daughter, and now they got 4 kids. So I'm just saying, knowing that, I just think that kind of like added to everything else that's going on.
It's too late. Those are people.
Yeah, can I say my conspiracy? Our studio audience is getting a little overzealous over there. Come on, man. Listen. My conspiracy theory is Kim almost, in a sense, is making or moving like her mom. Specifically, when I say that, I say having a lot of kids with one person. You see, all of the kids, all of them only have one baby daddy. There's no Kardashian that has multiple baby daddies. So in my head, I think that she's using that, her mom's like way of how she kind of went about life, just in terms of like getting a divorce, having kids, like just the way of how she kind of raised her kids. Kim kind of sees that blueprint as it unconsciously is making those same movements.
I mean,
I see what you're saying. Like, you know, she had kids with this one person, and now they're like, I'm done with you. I can divorce you and like do my own thing.
It's not just her. All of them do that. They don't have multiple kids from multiple niggas. So it makes more sense for her. Speaking of their situations that she has brought up, that she's like, oh, I want to have a lot of kids. She's always said that. So in my head, that's exactly how she's gonna roll. She's gonna have all her kids from Ye, and she's not gonna have any more kids. Like, it's over for that. Like, she's done. Like, if I would be shocked if Kim has another kid from another man.
Touche, I like that point.
I mean, I agree with you, Bria, but I feel like a lot of people do that. Like, I feel like a lot of people see how their parents operate, and they base, I wouldn't say they base their life, but they move,
they use it as a
make certain decisions. Yeah, they move or they make certain decisions based off of what they see worked for their parents.
Exactly. So I think that's another reason. That's probably why she had all the kids from Ye. My head goes into that money that they got to split between them two, and the businesses, like that shit is mind-boggling, because it's like, if Kim gave money to Kanye for Yeezy, she's entitled to half of that shit. Like, if Kanye gave any ideas about Skims, he's entitled to half of that. Like, that shit gets nuts. Even with their own crib themselves. Like, they own a crib out in Calabasas that's like worth, I think they bought the house for like, maybe like, I'm gonna say 40. I think they bought the house for like either 40 or $50 million and did $20 million worth of renovation. So that house is worth $70 million. But the idea of it is that Kanye owns the crib, but Kim owns the land and the surrounding land. So it's like, damn, like, how y'all about to really split that shit up? Like,
well, what he can do legally, he can pick that house up and put it on another piece of land.
But and do I think that Kanye West is gonna do that? Is he gonna do that?
No, of course not.
No, he's just gonna give her the fucking house. The idea of it,
or they'll split the difference of like what the house is
what the house is worth. So that's. But I don't think.
Honestly, I feel all of that, but I feel like both of them on both ends are a lot smarter and a lot sneakier than that. Whereas I'm saying, like, I know on Kim's end, or legally, she's got everything contract written out, whatever. And I feel like Kanye, even though we know he does, you know, he can be a little off. I feel like Kanye is just great.
He's not dumb.
Exactly. And I feel like it's going to come out, and it's not going to be the same thing that's coming out like Dr. Dre and his wife, because they got they got to figure it out.
I'm
But,
glad.
like, it's gonna be, I feel like
I'm so glad that the Dr. Dre shit has finally like ended, because that shit was getting real nasty. Like between him getting into going into a brain aneurysms, and like I'm glad he just ended up being like, you know, here you go. Like just give it up. Like, here you go. Fuck it. Like, just
pay that? I think so.
No.
Yeah, go ahead. He was in the ICU. He's straight now. He's valid. He's back in the
But I think whatever news we hear about their divorce, if there is any, is going to be about financially, like how this is getting split up, because they both is trying to protect each themselves. I know that for a fact.
But you know that, and speaking of, from someone who is a first eye experience into seeing how divorces are getting, when niggas got properties and assets, nigga, shit's getting stupid. But you know, what can I say? And
I mean, that's why they say it's cheaper to keep her. Like,
listen, I hope
celebrity divorces are not, well, divorce general is not it. Like, they are expensive, but celebrity divorces, like, God forbid Jay-Z and Beyonce.
And she used the same lawyer that she used for Chris Humphries.
Maybe gonna poison her real quick.
I'm sorry.
She was married to Chris Humphries for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Right. Wasn't she married to what's his name too? Blake Griffin. What's that his name?
Blake Griffin.
No, I think some dude, Chris Humphries.
Okay. No, I was like, what happened to my Blake Griffin? He was.
I'd have been like, she was married to Blake Griffin and nobody knew. Nah, that's crazy.
I was about to say that's.
Oh, speaking of your boy Bow Wow too. Oh my God, yo, he is out here about to make a whole album about all his exes. Like,
what a bird.
Is nobody excited about this?
No,
he's such a little man.
He needs attention. That's why he needs attention. The man.
No, I really think I think I agree. I think he's crying out for help. He's been touched. He never got to be a kid.
He got touched.
I don't think he got to be a kid. He never really got to grow up. He was in the spotlight, like, and now he's got his own kids.
Joanne Dupree touched him. He never been the same since. Straight fact. Straight fact. Look it up.
His daughter, however, sidebar, there is breaking news. His daughter did get her first modeling gig, so.
Cute. Isn't she like 10, 12?
Yeah. She got signed to like this big agency. Very, very proud.
Oh, nice.
Very proud.
That is wonderful for her.
I'm glad. She has a whole personality within her own bag. So I love it.
Yeah, I've been seeing the videos that she posts with her mom, and like she looks so happy. Like she looks like she's
a happy kid.
Lives a good life for a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah. Okay.
That was like what's his name? Oh shit, on Black Ink. The daughter he had with the white girl, she looked like she had the best life wherever they lived. Like she.
No, I haven't seen them. What do they look like? Are they happy?
What? The daughter he had with the white girl. The man was around.
Oh yeah,
but I was just saying every time she came around, like it was just stress free. Like she had no drama. She was happy. Like
because she was the one unproblematic baby mother. She lived her life. And then was like, all right, you want to see your daughter? Cool, let's go see your pops. Back then, like
stayed with her. But that's another conversation. But
she probably kicked that nigga out. She was like, yeah, no, I'm done with you.
I'm weak.
Speaking of Black Ink, 4 is about to have his first kid.
I seen that with
his who?
He got some new girlfriend. I was like, oh, check him out.
Pop baby in his house.
I'm waiting for your boy to get to have a kid.
Who?
Teddy.
He was with his little Asian girlfriend.
Wasn't that the one he married or nah?
Yeah.
Was it somebody else? He married her, right?
His Asian wife. Oh, let me clarify. Sorry, my bad. Asian wife.
Heard it.
I
was about to say, y'all seen that whole issue with Caesar and his daughter and his girlfriend?
No, that's what I thought Zara was about to bring up.
What happened?
So apparently, I guess the daughter was staying
Cheyenne.
with Caesar. Yeah, Cheyenne was staying with Caesar, and from her, she said that she was in the shower and he dragged her out the shower and beat her like while she was naked, but she ain't say why he beat her. So basically, she was just like, "Oh, because you dragged me out the shower while I was naked and you beat me, so I don't respect you. You're not my father anymore. X, Y, and Z." And then like the girlfriend jumped into it and was like, "Oh, Cheyenne is disrespectful. She be going off at the mouth and then expecting her dad to do all this for her, but you just mad rude and whatnot." I'm just like, I just want to know why he hit her. Like, not saying that he has a right to hit her, but I mean, he's her parent. He going to discipline her however he feels. But if you're getting flip at the mouth and then you expect him to still give you thousands of dollars and giving you X, Y, and Z, what? Like that, it doesn't equal up for me. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell would have happened for him to be like, "Oh, nah, I'm gonna drag you out the shower and whip your ass." Like,
the beating aside, I've been peeped that type of energy from her.
She's a brat. She's a spoiled brat.
Anytime she would talk and they would have her on the show, especially like when she was becoming a teenager, I was like, I already seen that energy from her. Already seen it. So I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if like she did say something crazy. Granted, he shouldn't have took out the shower and beat her. That's OD, but
like, that's OD. But I'm just
like, but I can definitely see like it being, because I think, not for nothing, I feel like as much as we want to say, like as much as he be messing with different girls and like doing this in the third, Caesar's never really been a scumbag.
To his kid.
Exactly. Especially like to his kids, he's never really been a scumbag. Like if he fucked with you, he fucked with you. Business wise, he always keeps it 100. So it's just like, he don't seem the type of person to like just go off like that if somebody to say something crazy.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I think Cheyenne has always shown she was a fucking brat, and at the end of the day, like LaShawn said, if there was some type of discipline action, I'm gonna shut my mouth and I'm about my business, because he's a grown ass man and that's his kid. So at the end of the day, how he felt like he wanted to handle that situation is his right. It's his given right. It's his kid. However, I wouldn't be shocked if she said some crazy ass shit and he was like, "Excuse me?" Or he found out she was doing some crazy shit and said, "Excuse me," and got overzealous, because I think that situation is a very overzealous situation. But it's not the first time I've heard somebody getting a beating in the fucking shower. Like, let's not.
No, and I think if the roles were reversed and they said her mother beat her in the shower, people wouldn't
Nobody would have said anything. So let's not do that.
Yeah, I think people kind of dragged it because of the fact that it was the
him. It was a dude doing that to his daughter. That's why people took that a different way, which they shouldn't have, because at the end of the day, like, that's his kid.
But people don't think like that. When you're a celebrity, they don't think like that. They're like, "Oh, you did that?" Like,
just like oh my gosh, imagine if the day came out that we said that Beyonce gave Blue Ivy a beating, the world would burn down.
I bet you everybody would beat their kids after that. They like, "Oh, Beyonce beat her kids."
Would be like, "Oh my gosh, Beyonce is abusive." Blah blah blah. Like,
think so?
Yes.
I sincerely believe that people do not think that Beyonce would ever beat her child.
And
that's the thing. Like, as normal as it would be to you or I, people have celebrities on such this high of a pedestal, and we've never seen Beyonce be violent. We know she could be spicy. We know she could be a little sassy, but be violent like that, nah. And so now, if we would have ever seen like a video came out where she was spanking Blue Ivy, come on, what? Beyonce would be tarnished. White people would be shocked worldwide.
Like how we was talking about Solange earlier.
Her dad is a black man from.
I don't. She is Beyonce though. She's no longer just
that whole.
She is Beyonce.
She's no longer just a black artist. She's like, Beyonce.
No,
like the gays have taken her over. Everyone has taken her over.
Apply for her.
Like
it's Beyonce.
It's God then Beyonce at this point.
Literally. Like if the sky turned purple, it's because of Beyonce. That's how it is.
That's how people's gauge. No, seriously, white people would be shocked and appalled.
That's nuts. I wholeheartedly do. I'm gonna have to disagree with you guys. Like Beyonce's a black woman at the end of the day. What you think?
And that's what we're trying to say is that you still see her as a same black woman as if she one of your aunties, one of your mom's friends, right. Like, but what we're saying is that other white people that are not minorities see her as above that, like something way more than just that. So it's like if she was to come out and be like, you beat your kids, we're like, what? Queen Mother Beyonce? What? She laid a hand on Blue Ivy? Oh my God. Like tell me I'm lying though.
Nah, you're not lying, because that's really how it is though. And it's sad, but it's really how it is.
The gays would burn the world down.
Like, God forbid, imagine the whole Solange thing would have been reversed. Imagine it would have been Solange and her man in the elevator, and Beyonce would have been putting her hands on this nigga.
She wouldn't be Beyonce.
Right. They were not going to have that. Sorry.
How long did it take Solange to recover from that? Just because of the fact that she hit Jay-Z.
I don't think she stopped. I don't think she like,
I think that kind
I don't think she ever got any flack for that. To be honest,
some street cred. I think that gives street cred.
I don't think she got no flack for that shit, to be honest. I don't. After we found out what's the real reason why, because Jay-Z was sitting there smiling in fucking bitches' faces and found out that he fucking cheated. Yeah, nigga, all right, cool. Fuck it. Do what you gotta do. I disagree. I think that actually amplified her. Look at where she is now.
I could agree with that.
No, yeah, I can agree. You put it that way, but still, I think they would burn the world down.
Like, yeah, I feel like the main point Zara is trying to say is like Beyonce can't do everything like that other people can do. Like, it's just
because think about it like this. Beyonce for like the last year and change, she's been on, being real African and black focused and everything that she's doing. And people, like, when she did her like Black Parade stuff and she came out with that album, people were like, oh my gosh, she's out here casting spells and doing this, that, and the third, when it's just like, meanwhile, we over here like we've been rocking with the crystals and the love and light and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like certain things that people see as like being other. Even if Beyonce was to do it, it's like
it's a shocking.
Beyonce,
right?
She's like a gateway to black culture.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that leads us off to our last topic, which actually kind of like ties into this. Do you think celebrities live out their karma on social media?
I do. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it up because this is technically, I guess, my topic. But I wrote that because I was looking at the whole shade room teams and everything like that. So the other day, y'all boy Chris Sales decides
that's my
y'all.
I ain't claim him.
Right, I don't claim him neither. But whatever, he decides to post a video like saying like he got into it with one of his kids' mothers. But then like the next day he came out and was like, oh, it was a prank. And I'm like, what? And then now you seen the whole Rolling Ray versus the City Girls thing?
Yeah, that just got way out of freaking control.
Way out of line. But then now, next thing you know, Rolling Ray ended up in a hospital because his wig caught on fire and like half his face was burnt. Like,
oh, I didn't know that.
But then again, I feel like I sound bad in this situation, but he kind of deserved it. You over here talking about dead people, and like God don't like God does not like
wig caught on fire.
his wig caught on fire, sis. The whole like
left
side of his face was burned. But I'm like, you over here talking about Miami's dead baby father, and then now next thing you know, your wig catch on fire. Like, come on now, come on. But with Chris Sales, I was saying
that was definitely karma. He should not have been talking shit.
Chris Sales, with all the stuff that he did to Queen Naija and everything like that, and their public situation, because they started from YouTube. So they started from YouTube as a YouTube couple. All the stuff that he did to her, they separated. She got with Clarence. She skyrocketed. Her career started. And now you see Chris Sales, he went from 1 kid to 3 in like 1 year. And you see what he be doing. I just feel like certain celebrities, they live their karma out on social media for everybody to see.
Agree. I agree. You shouldn't be hitting on bitches. You shouldn't be talking about people's dead loved ones. Just don't do that nonsense.
See, but I also feel like that just goes into you putting everything out there on social media. Because I feel like there's people that go through whole lifetimes worth of drama. You would never know because their business is not on the internet.
That's true.
But this moment you put your first business out there on the internet, and then if something go wrong and you put everything that go right and go wrong on the internet, every time you get with somebody, people gonna bring it up.
That's true.
Well, what can I say?
Because like, who's trying to think? Even with Sierra then hasn't been with Future in God knows how many years, and she still can't get rid of him. I mean, granted, like I know they have a kid together, but still, like people are still to this day comparing him and Russell.
Hey, but that's just not. That's there. That's just not her. That happens to everyone.
No, right, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, so regardless,
that happens to like you're forever written with that significant other. We still talk about how Drake even talks about how he was with SZA back in 2018. What are we talking about?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like when you got your whole everything good, bad, and ugly out there like that, people's always gonna bring it back up. It don't matter how long.
It also goes into good and bad karma too, because with the whole Sierra and Future thing, like Future could have been her bad karma. Sorry about that. She said her prayer. She got her good karma with Russell. Like
Sierra's prayer. I'm weak.
Listen, I feel like like Bria said, no matter who you date, you're gonna be linked to them forever, regardless if you had a kid or not, because people still talk about Chris Brown and Rihanna, and they ain't been together.
Yeah, but think about it. What if that situation never went public?
What situation? The Chris Brown
and Rihanna. We would have never known.
Yeah, they would still be together?
I don't know.
No, I don't think if the situation never went public, but it still happened, I don't think they would have been together. But I think that we would have never known that it happened, and they would have never been an example of all of these toxic relationship things that we talk about.
I want to say if that situation never happened, I don't think Rihanna would be Rihanna.
Why do you say that?
Because I disagree.
I think that situation kind of helped her in a sense, not necessarily in he needed her to beat her ass or whatever situation, but it just goes into the level of relationships or the power of relationships when it comes to being in the industry. I think relationships in general in the industry are very powerful. People are very strategic about who they get with, just like we spoke about earlier with Michael B. Jordan and Louis Harvey. I personally think that's a very strategic relationship. Kim and Kanye were a very strategic relationship. I just think all of the relationships are very strategic. So in that sense, I do think.
I think she would have still, I think if that situation never happened, I think they were on track to be like Beyonce and Jay-Z.
But we just said that they wouldn't even have made it that far. What? We just said it wouldn't have worked. I think personally for Rihanna's situation, I think it helped her because it gave her the relatability and or, you know, when you're a female, I don't want to say in the industry or like a female artist, it's always some traumatic shit that always has to happen for you for your career to like explode.
So you think they gave her the sympathy card?
Yes. I think she definitely got the sympathy card for that. And I think they both were aware of it. I think Chris knew what he was doing. Chris gave her that because I'm sure there could have been a lot more that he could have said that could have justified that.
I mean, but
nothing justifies it, but I think there could have been something that would have given people the jurisdiction of saying that is okay.
But
I tried to do it and they denied him.
Because I was gonna say, was it Oprah she went on or Ayala, whoever? She went on somebody.
Oprah.
It was Oprah. Okay, cool. So didn't she go on Oprah and say that she was hitting him too?
She did. But guess what? You as women, we know we have a tendency, or at least in that situation, I think it was a very cookie layered way that she did it. But I'm sure that we all know how Caribbean women give it up. Let's not do that. So I'm sure Chris's story on that behalf would have been a lot more colorful into how crazy it was. So that's what I'm saying. If Chris would have went a little bit, got a little more colorful into how that situation kind of played out, Rihanna wouldn't have gotten the sympathy card that she got.
Okay.
I feel like yes and no, just because they also prior to that did not have a history together as a couple of being violent. So regardless of what she did or he did in that moment, I still think she still could have gotten that sympathy card because it's like, oh my gosh, like he just blew up out of nowhere. Like now, had they had a history of being snappy with each other or, you know, violent in public as a couple, then
no, but they have had snappy comments outside of them individually by themselves. So we totally forgetting about Azealia Banks and Rihanna shit on the internet, huh?
Right. I'm not saying that they both didn't have their moments. I'm just saying them together. There was never, right, as a couple, there was never a publicized moment where, oh, Rihanna and Chris Brown got into it at a restaurant. Rihanna and Chris Brown, you know, overheard yelling at each other. That's what I mean. So like, and then now this situation happens and she's like, oh, he beat on me. People still can be like, you know, couples have arguments, but there's still nothing, to some people, there's nothing that's going to warrant a man putting hands on a woman. Period.
Never. But like we said, if that situation, and then Rihanna kind of fell into that bad girl look after saying that though. She fell into the bad girl look. We got the unapologetics. We got the crazy look.
Because she was always the other girl.
So she fell into.
But then isn't that when she had dropped Good Girl Gone Bad?
Bingo. That's what
right. That's what I'm saying.
All fell into her being a bad girl. Her admitting that helped her in a sense.
She was always the other girl. She was never going to be on the same Beyonce wave or Ashanti or none of that.
No, that's not true, bro. That's not true. Because the 2 albums that she had prior to that, it was the good girl look. When she first came out, it was the good girl, Caribbean girl, at-home island girl look. They gave her good girl look. She went bad. As soon as that shit happened, that's when Rihanna became Rihanna.
Okay.
In my opinion. But it's a speculation. This is just me and my brain.
Okay, then I think one could argue that maybe she didn't really, before that situation, she didn't really have an identity. And then now, because that situation happened, then she ran off with it.
Yeah, 1000%. We can say that.
But yeah, I mean, I just think celebrities wise, like we always say, I feel like they just gotta really be like, you just gotta be aware that like you're not homegirl on the block anymore, and only your small circle of friends is gonna know your business.
So
like
homegirl on the block no more?
Huh?
You should not homegirl on a block.
No, because when Summer Walker if I post on my story and I say, all niggas ain't shit, maybe 100 people's gonna see it. Half of those people I don't see on a daily basis, and half of that 25 people maybe will care about what I'm talking about. And then out of that 20, maybe 7 people will actually jump into action. Now, when Summer Walker is posting niggas ain't shit, and we just seen you 3 days ago with your man, like, and he's posting some other shit, like, you can't just, you're gonna have people looking into it. And so, you know, you're gonna have the people that you actually know about it. Then you got the media. We're a third party. We're all watching this together. And it's just like, you're mad that you ended up on the shade room, and then, you know, you're getting dragged for this and that, because you have the right to, you know, take your man back if he ain't doing right, or this, that, and third. But you just got to be aware of the fact that you amplified when he wasn't doing well. So now when you amplifying him doing well, people's going to remind you, like, sis, 3 days ago, he wasn't doing well. So what's up?
I knew he was going to bring up Summer Walker.
Why you knew she was going to bring her up?
Because I remember the last time we recorded, Zara was like, yo, she can't be doing this because she making us look bad.
It's true, bro.
No, that shit is jokes. You're not fucking Beyonce. Like,
she's not.
Like,
we didn't say we don't love you, but like, come on now.
She still loves every single one of y'all.
You're just not Queen Mother yet.
And she's the test of time is gonna say if she gets there.
Of course. And that's another reason why we made that point, is because when you're a new artist in your career, we don't even know if you're gonna be here in 5 years.
That the baby said he's retiring.
Unless you coming out, even Meg, I don't even care. Meg came out with energy. She still can't be out here picking and choosing when that gonna happen, and it not affect her.
Listen, I tell you this.
Summer Walker,
I'm gonna tell you this. Some Megan and Tory shit is almost identical to Rihanna and.
I'm over it.
Rihanna and Chris Brown.
I'm over it.
I can't wait for it to happen.
I'm over it.
So do y'all think that now, after this whole thing, Megan is gonna go into her bad girl phase? I mean, was she ever really a good girl?
No, but I definitely think she's been riding this wave, and I think she's gonna try to continue to ride it. When we've seen a situation with her and the baby, which had completely nothing to do with nothing. So,
what you mean?
Basically, I think the baby and Tory Lanez have a song coming out, and so you know the baby, yeah. So I'm saying, like,
but the baby didn't even say nothing. You know what?
But that's what I'm saying. She had no reason to say nothing. Like, it's just
tired of her inserting herself or speaking on somebody else's behalf when it comes to men, and not doing that shit to her friends.
Right?
I'm annoyed because she stood up for the baby but didn't stand up for Asian doll. And I'm sitting there like, I'm confused, sis. Why you didn't stand up for your friend?
But it's also just like, so what? If he wants to make music with whoever he makes music with, is that your man? Is that your best friend? He don't gotta check with you?
Yeah, that is her friend. That's her friend. That is her brother. So yes, my brother made music with you, but that shit ain't valid. And that's what she said. That shit ain't valid. So
nigga said that's her work husband.
Maybe someone's coming soon. And the baby hasn't come out and say anything about it. So we're assuming that Megan is right. And I'm tired of Megan speaking up for people or being selective. I think that's gonna be the part that I don't like a lot about Megan.
Yeah, I think she's gonna try and milk this until the wheels fall off.
I'm still here for Meg, but just watching and making sure that everything goes right.
I guess we just got to see what 2021 has in store for everything.
But after the riot, I'm here for 2022.
I just skipped towards.
Honestly, the only thing I'm really concerned about in 2021 is if I can go on vacation again or not.
Hello, because I'm trying to go to Mexico. I'm trying to. I'm trying to go places, man.
We already figured out the pandemic is, well, I can't even say pandemic anymore. Coronavirus is here to stay for the time being. So we just have to figure out, are we going to continue to live life on pause and wait for Corona to be done? Or are we going to figure out how to adapt and live with what's going on?
Gotta wait and see.
Because people already been saying that. We already know studies show the quarantine ain't helping nobody. Nobody's not good for your mental health, not good for your physical health. So, you know.
Well, it's good for my physical health. I could say
because you weren't physically inside. Like what I'm saying is like staying inside the house. If you actually were practicing proper quarantine protocols, you wouldn't be going outside, period. But I'm saying we have all gone outside to go work out or move at some point or another.
Yeah, but not excessively, guys.
No, of course, safely.
Well, we're wrapping up this episode.
I'll just talk to you in a few minutes.
We had a lot to talk about this week. Catch us. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Find us everywhere on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere podcasts can be heard. Follow us on the gram.
Yes.
Follow Happy.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say make sure you follow the podcast at Not For Sale Pod, POD, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. If you fuck with us and you fuck with me, follow at the Happy Accidents Club. And LaShawn?
I don't have no other social media handles except for whatever.
Well, listen. We'll link it all in the bio about the handles. Just follow the page, Not For Sale Pod.
Yes, Not For Sale Pod on Instagram. Click the like button. Show us some love.
Okay. Yo, if y'all want to be a guest on the show, DM us.
Please.
We're taking guests.
And we're going to review your music before you get on.
Bria will flame you if it's trash, so don't come here if it's weak.
Wow, you just gonna be out there and say that, huh?
But I'm lying. Exactly.
Sounds great to see you guys. Exactly. All right. Good lucks and
peace.